Okay, so if you dream of becoming a content creator, well, let me tell you, you already are. Yeah, that's right. Because, in fact, you are already a creator being. We all are. But the thing is, your dreams that you feel on the inside is more real than your outside reality. The reason why you don't feel like it is because you have forgotten about the true dimension. Okay, so we're living in this physical dimension that we all share and have mutual collective ideas regarding what reality that is. And that these so-called realities look different for each and every one of us, but what they have in common is depending on where you were born, which type of culture or society you grew up in, you share the conceptual idea of that so-called reality. For some, if you grew up in a Christian environment or a Buddhist environment or atheist environment, whatever, you collect inherited belief system of this so-called reality. And in this episode, I'm here to tell you that your dream is real. Even if you haven't materialized it yet, it's still real because it lives within you, and within you is where everything that is real already resides, because within you, that is the birth and the fuel from the source of everything, infinite, and the source of you.
I came here with 1,000 visions. I came here with 1,000 visions. Light pouring through my hands. So many worlds asking to be born. So many dreams wanting to breathe.
And I'm also here to tell you that following your dream is not selfish, because following your dream is listening to your inner calling, is to following the guidance from your inner being, and not listening to that, ignoring your inner voice is ignoring God, or ignoring the universe, or ignoring your purpose being here. So you dream about becoming a content creator. And what if I told you that the path to creating that version of you is easier than you think? You can actually start already today by taking these first steps. Step number 1 is making room for it in your life. And what does that mean? It means you have this conceptual instrument that you use daily, or that uses you daily. Sadly, that is the case for many of us. And that is called time. You have a calendar. You have access to a calendar on your Google Drive. You can download it for free to your phone. But what I want you to do is to add a daily little block for you, for your dream of becoming this version of you. And it's not about becoming, it's about using your creative power to create that version of you, because you are endless versions. You have no limit, identity, fixed, final form. So, but step number 1, craft that space in your calendar. And if you feel like, but I don't have time, the thing is, you do. And starting with little is better than not starting at all. That's how I started my journey. I actually started YouTube because YouTube was my accountability partner to having this goal, wanting to create at least one video per week, was like the setting the destination that helped me make room in my calendar in order to work towards that goal.
It was a mistake, once of all I made was to put my faith in us and see my independence fade away. I wanted to dare to take a chance. Next time I will jump right in.
If you are completely new to this and you don't even have an idea what you want to create, which platform you want to use, if you want just this to be a side hustle, or you just starting with your own self-expression, making room for your passion, for your joy. But that's the key word here. Make room, make space for that. Even if it's just 15 minutes per day, make sure to add this little blockage in your, and I will recommend you to have Google Calendar, but if you have like analog calendar, I have that as well for my more corporate job things, but make room for it. And my recommendation is Google, but I mean, if you already have another calendar that you are daily looking into, the key factor here is to visually see it. And if you have like a digital calendar, you can also add things like, audio reminders, like alarm that goes off. Okay, now it's time for my 15 minutes. So minimum 15 minutes. I mean, everybody have 15 minutes. If it's going up 15 minutes earlier, and I said 15, 1-5, if it's going up 15 minutes earlier, if it's going to bed 15 minutes later, if 15 minutes on your lunch break, 15 minutes in the car while you are going to grocery shop, and once you have done that, you can take these 15 minutes in your car. And of course, it's depending on what type of content you want to create, but I'm here to tell you that you already have everything you need to start to create. And if you are interested in how to build a business, build a platform, create space for your passion, for your purpose, for your creator beings getting expressed as this version content creator, I have actually created a YouTube channel, LCS Lab, and on that channel I have a playlist called the Digital Nomad Content Creator, which is all about that. The philosophy behind it is that you'd already have everything within you in order to create. And in this modern world where we have a lots of wonderful gears that we can use, you pretty much don't need anything. And that means a smartphone, because that is pretty much not having anything, because all of us do, I would say, in internet. And on that channel, on that playlist, I'm going to show you different ways to start to show you that you can create from anywhere. In your car, at your kids' football training practice, on your lunch break. You can even make YouTube videos. You can edit YouTube videos, and I will show you the different platforms and software that I use in order to embrace the nomad lifestyle, where you don't have to have anything in order to create, rather than your smartphone and internet, and how you can build a library of assets, different tools that you can use when they are accessible. So check that out. I will leave a link in the description for you to that playlist and that channel. But moving back to making time in your calendar. So that is step 1. Step 2 is obviously, which is my recommendation in any journey you begin. If you want to go on a journey, the essential on a journey is you have a place in mind you want to go.
And the road gets dark, so I find the compass within my own heart. If I burn, I know I lived, and each time I fall.
So setting the destination. And setting a destination is pretty much taking the current like vision of a seed of your dream, because your dream is constantly evolving. The purpose of your dream is not that it has a fixed end date or fixed state. The purpose of your dream is to fuel you for the ride that we call life. And the fuel of your dream comes from your spirit. That is the energy flow that is expressed from your spirit. So that is the true value and power and magic of your dream. It's ever evolving. It look differently, but in order for you to tap into that infinite energy flow, we have different visions. We receive that energy, and with our mind we create different images, different vision, different goals. So pick one of the goals that feels huge enough so that it excites you, and make a mind map. I call it the fuel or why map instead of mind map, where I want you to like state the dream, the name of the dream as it currently looks, in the middle. Maybe we can say, for this example, full-time content creator. So, and from there, you will start to outline on the left side, outline different visions, different versions of that dream. Like, okay, me working from home, me working from Malta, me being able to work when I'm flying first class, new clothes, whatever things that you can feel and visualize. Positive things, of course, and that can be shallow things. I want to look good, I want to dress in Gucci or whatever, and I want to have the best systems and college and whatever. Just jot down whatever comes to mind that makes you feel good. And then on the left side, I want you to write things more related to the feeling, because that's the thing with what it doesn't matter what goal you have or dream you have, what you actually are striving for, the thing that all dreams and goals leads up to is boiled down to one thing, and that is a feeling. What is the feeling that you are after? And the reason why I want you to do that is because when you do so, you start to tap into that feeling now. And that's the key to reaching any goal, any dream. That is tapping into that feeling now. Yes, you want to feel it now. Because that is the way to attract and manifest what you want, by vibrating on that same frequency. But even if you don't believe in that stuff, it's also the fuel you need, the inspiration, the energetic fuel that you fill your body, mind, instrument, vehicle with in order to get you moving. That is what, when you start to act on your ideas, your dreams, your goals, that is what builds the motivation. A motivation builds momentum. And momentum leads you toward that goal. And also, the most important thing of all is, how paradoxic it may sound, is that the dream itself, the end destination, the goal destination, is not the point. It's not the real value. It's the journey there. And I like this metaphor. If you view your life as a journey, and you have these different destinations that you want to reach on this journey, and let's say you have 5 for the sake of this example, and you have this idea that once you reach each of these 5 destinations, then you will be happy. So let's say that it takes you 10 years to reach the first destination. Whoa, and here you're super excited, you're super happy, but then what? Okay, as this human experiment. We strive, we tend to always want more. We want to evolve, we want the next thing. So you feel a sense of satisfaction here, but then you want to explore the next destination. And let's say that it takes you 20 years to get there. And then it takes you 20 years each between the different destination, the different goals. And then when you die, let's say you reached all these 5 top destinations that was supposed to bring you happiness, but each destination reached only gave you like 30 days of happiness until you wanted to go after the next goal to make you happy. If you look at your life and view the days, all the days that was only means to an end, the days where you only had the goal in mind with this idea that reaching the destination, then I will be happy. You will see that, okay, that lifetime, that journey was not as joyful as if I had like 5 goals once again, but only reached 1. But doing so, I enjoyed all the days getting there. And that's the point with goals and dreams. They are so important and powerful, not when we think that they will make us happy, but when we realize that making room for them is living our purpose and living with alignment with our inner being, and living when alignment can never be selfish. It is always, always, always how we tap into that goodness, if that is a word, tap into that beautiful, vibrant light of love and joy and compassion and wanting to give and serve. And when we do so, that is when we provide the best value to the world. Even if what we are creating and giving to the world is a meal plan or how to lose weight or how to, I don't know, whatever your dream looks like at this state as this content creator. But the true power is your alignment and your energy behind what you create. So if you create a weight loss program or want to coach people that are overweight to feel satisfied with their bodies, and you're doing that from a place of compassion, joy, and love for what you do and the ones that you want to serve, you are giving value that is valuable to the world. So, moving on. So we covered the calendar, making space for your dream, and tapping into the fuel that comes from your spirit's desire to create and express. I will say these are the 2 most powerful steps you need to take in order to start to understand that you are already a content creator. And that leads me into
feel the pleasure and the pain. Now you smile, soon it rain. But we don't care, we lost all sense. As long as love will remain. Cut my hair
the
and
third
scream out loud.
element, which is identity. Many talk about becoming. You need to become this new identity and live that identity in order to achieve a specific goal. And I understand the point of it, but I think that whenever we limit ourselves to an identity, any identity, even a good identity, even, okay, I am this very super successful businesswoman, super together, super nice, super duper, whatever, that can feel wonderful, but we are forgetting the point that we are infinite creator beings. And understanding the distinction between an identity that I can step into, a role that I can experience through. I call it actually versions because I think that is easier to, remind myself of not prison myself with any identity limitation. And the reason why I have another word is for the same reason that I don't think that we, in a day and age where stress is such a big and negative part of many people's lives, in terms of talking about positive and negative stress. And when I hear people say, but there is positive stress, I think the word is so saturated, the word stress is so overused, and I think that it's too hard for us to distinguish, where to draw the line. Okay, this is positive stress, but now it's turning into this negative stress. So therefore I like to call stress for natural stress or artificial stress. Artificial stress is basically everything that I feel is taking control over our life, all the negative stuff. When we feel stressed about clock, about the mass, about all the things that we have to do, and this never ending lists of to-dos, because it doesn't matter how long list you write, you will never get to the end of the list until you have added more things to it. That is artificial stress. We have created this stress due to the concepts that we are letting running our lives. And then we have natural stress, meaning that when a moose or deer is jumping in front of the car when I'm driving on the highway, I need that stress in order to, become hyper focused and get the adrenaline to make the right decisions in order for my survival. Or if I work at a hospital as a heart surgeon and somebody gets a heart stop, this positive stress, meaning aka adrenaline, to keep me to help me stay laser focused on my job to save the patient's life. That is natural stress. But for most of us, natural stress is nothing that we need on a regular basis in our everyday life. Maybe 1 to 2 times per year when we are in an emergency situation. Then natural stress is aka positive stress. But feeling stressed out because you are late to school, like my kids do sometimes, that is not positive stress. That is artificial stress that doesn't save our lives, that only makes us feel bad trying to keep up with this so-called reality that we have accepted as the only and true reality, collectively anyway. So therefore, also when it comes to versions instead of identity, that's the same reason why I don't use the word identity so much. So because I want you to understand that becoming an identity sometimes, at least due to our intellectual mind's need of identification and separation, that becomes like this conflict. Like, okay, but I am a mom. I am a professional in this corporate job. I am a friend. I am a lover. But how can all these different identities mix up into this one identity? So I call it version instead, because for me, that gives me such a more useful visual to apply. Like, okay, I'm stepping into this version, and I have all these versions at the same time. Currently, my kid is sick at home from school today. So obviously I'm the version mom as well, while recording this as the business owner, as the mindset and confidence coach, because if he will call me out now, I will, okay, what is it? So leading up to the point of identity, I want you to don't think in terms that you are this identity now and you need to become this new identity, but rather understand that you all already, whatever version of yourself that you want to be and can imagine with the usage of your mind, it is already a version of you. If you can hold it in your mind, you can hold it, you can be it in a physical form, even if you're not currently feeling like that person in your physical dimension, the outside world. And here is another paradox for you. It's not a paradox, but this is something that I struggled with a lot before, until I understand that also these two merge It's only in the world of conceptual idea of duality when everything needs to have its opposite, and due to that idea we cannot see how opposites actually can coexist at the same time. But anyway, I I want you to understand that whatever you can visualize is already yours. You have not manifested it yet in physical form. Or if you don't like those signposts, those words, you have not created that for yourself yet in this physical dimension as physical results, but it's real because it lives within you. And that can be how big and distant from where you currently experience yourself to be. But claim it. It is already yours. But also know this. Allow space, allow and accept your current stage of growth, the current version of you. Meaning that if you, for example, want to start a YouTube channel and you want to be a YouTuber and you want to create content on YouTube to share your tips, your lessons learned, your perspective, and make money, help clients and earn money from it, that is awesome. And you feel excited about it, but you also look at your current stage and you have no idea what to talk about. You feel so uncomfortable in the camera, recording yourself. And that distant can be, the paradox. You get blinded about the vision of your dream. You can step into that version maybe if you practice it enough and feel that, and that is awesome. But there is also a risk of you feeling a wider distance actually, because you feel so far from that physical fact, that physical outcome in this very present moment now. So therefore you need both. You need this big vision and know that, yeah, this is possible and it's already mine. Actually, it is, because I feel it. I can feel it now by closing my eyes or listening to a guided meditation created by myself or whatever. But also allow your current version to exist, your current identity. I'm just kidding, but allow your current version to coexist with that other additional new version. Meaning that, okay, I want to start a YouTube channel, but acting or stepping into this version when I have not allowed myself the practice to be that great, where I have not allowed myself the practice, the playground of trial and error, having fun with it, to become that great, to gain all those talents, you will feel, even if it's okay, and you really claim it, okay, I'm going to record my first video and I will be awesome. And once you press play, you freeze, you are stumbling on the words, you have no idea what to talk about. And then chances are that you will feel so bad, like, okay, I really thought I could become this new version, to create and claim this new version, but this is what I'm actually feeling. But there is an approach to that, and that is creating, once again, space for your growth. And that means, okay, what do you actually feel comfortable with doing right now? So I want you to tap into the confidence you already have, combined with stretching a little bit, stretching 1%. And you may object to this and say, but I don't have any confidence. Yeah, you do. You do have a lot of confidence. You are not just aware of it. You are not consciously thinking about confidence. Because if you think of it, confidence basically means things that feels natural. And there is actually 3 types of confidence that I like to state anyway. And I have a course in that. If it's something you're interested in, I will leave a link in the description below. But there are 3 types of confidence. The one that is, all the things that you already know, that is installed like data in your subconscious mind. You know how to walk, confidence. You don't think about it. It's automated programs. We can call that confidence. And then we have the mind approach confidence, meaning how you perceive yourself. Okay, I can sing on stage. Okay, I feel comfortable because I see myself. That is a mindset of mine. And that is something that we can train. So if I feel, okay, I cannot drive a car, I'm terrible. That is a mindset approach. But once when I step into the, practice driving the car, I will gain eventually the power of hopefully feeling that, okay, I am a good driver. But I want you to work on both at the same time. So I want you to practice the skills that you want to gain, but also practice your mind. Take control over your mind to give yourself the allowance. Okay, I may suck at driving a car or speaking in front of the camera for now, but I know that this is a talent that I will master. And I will have fun during the process of learning that skill. That is a mindset approach. And that is what I want you to work with, because your mind is one of the greatest assets, one of the greatest instruments that you were equipped with in this life journey. You are not your mind, but it's an incredible, magnificent asset of yours. And instead of letting it controlling you can train yourself to consciously take command over your mind to create wonderful things, such things as your mindset and approach and perspectives. So these two types of confidence, the data that you already have, things you know by heart, you don't even think about it, the data installed, that type of confidence, and the confidence of how you want to perceive yourself. Perceive the talent that you are training. So I want you to combine those two. So if you feel comfortable, we will have the YouTube as the example for the context for this example. So you feel excited, you want to start a YouTube channel for your online business as content creator, but you feel so uncomfortable just of the idea speaking in front of a camera. But what do you feel comfortable talking about? Okay, I feel comfortable talking or writing about the topic that you want your content creator journey to begin with. And maybe that is keto, or keto for women with ADHD, or how to organize your workspace. That is something you feel excited about, comfortable talking about, have a lot of experience. There you have it. You are confident in that area. Okay, so the next step is to combine that with gaining new confidence. 1% outside your comfort zone in order to become 1% better each and every day. So, okay, you feel comfortable talking about how to declutter your workspace, and you feel comfortable writing about it. Okay, you can write your first little YouTube video script. Okay, but then what? Okay, you need okay, you want to stretch, you want to get closer to the talent of making YouTube videos. So, okay, what is a little step that is yet outside your comfort zone, but little enough so that it doesn't freak you out? You actually feel like, okay, this is something that I can stretch to. I can make a voiceover. I can record myself reading a script. Well, there you have it. And then you can add some called B-rolls. And if you don't know what that is like the visuals. This is an A-roll. I am recording, this is the video. But if, for example, I wanted to add me drinking coffee or preparing coffee, I will put it here. And that is called the B-roll. But if you have a faceless channel, then meaning that you are recording yourself as called as voiceover, then you can add a B-roll. And if you are a complete beginner, I wouldn't suggest, if you don't think it's exciting and fun, to put too much time into editing B-rolls, because editing actually takes a lot of time. But you can just go head over to Canva, take a picture from your phone, still picture, an image, and add like some, I can show you in another video, like a visual on top of that. So it's, it's some kind of movement. But there you have it. You have created your first YouTube video. You who thought you had no confidence in creating a YouTube video just did. And you felt comfortable writing the script, writing the text that you wanted to record because that is a topic that you feel excited about, comfortable about. So you combine that with stretching. So combining confidence you already have with the growth is how you gain talents and ability, one small steps every single day towards that big dream goal vision of yours. So let me wrap this up. So your dream is real and it's not selfish going after it, because going after your dream is living from the inside and out. Going after your dream is listening to your true calling, your purpose being here. Not listening to your inner dream is ignoring your purpose, ignoring your why, ignoring God or the universe or whatever you believe in, but it's ignoring the bigger picture, the infinite and true reason behind everything. And there is actually 3 steps you can start becoming, or rather creating this new version of you as a content creator. And that is making space in your calendar, using the concept of time in your favor. And what was the other thing? I don't remember. Making room in your calendar. Yeah, of course. Tapping into the fuel for your journey, learning how to easily access that by using mind map, or as I call it, the guide map or vision map. And third, combine the power of confidence building, the confidence you already have with the confidence that you want to gain by stretching 1% on a regular basis daily. If this is something you feel gives you fuel, inspiration, and insight tips that you want to apply for your own journey, subscribe to the channel. I publish one new podcast episode every Wednesday, the Creator's Confidence podcast. And also I make videos with tips and strategies and systems for new content creators just starting out. So make sure to subscribe and don't miss an episode for your journey. See you in the next one.
I'm gonna love like